The season coming up, you've got some exciting horses and new ones to come out. Talk about some of the stable stars, the Cloughs.
Yeah, we have Clough and Sky's the Limit and Tranquil Sea, of course, a Grade 1 winner last year. They're all back in training. They all look very well, and they're probably going to school for the first time this week. Ground looks nice. We'll probably school on Thursday. And we haven't plotted a campaign for them yet, but there's some lovely races coming up in Ireland. You know, the HRI does such a good job. There's some grand races.
Sky's the Limit is a super horse. I'll never forget the day, and you don't see many horses winning by 20 or 30 lengths in Cheltenham. Barry Geraghty was on board, wasn't he?
He wasn't.
He was looking. I love that feeling when the jockey's there, especially in Cheltenham, coming up the rise. He looked below. He was like a BMW, and all those Ford Fiestas, those Nissan Micras coming behind. That was a great win.
Yeah, he got it all right that particular day. You know, it doesn't always happen that way, but that particular day he got it 100% right, and he did win very, very easy. There's no doubt about it. But he's a sort of funny horse that he does terribly well, and then he seems to train off. We're hoping that this won't happen this year. We found he had an allergy.
Right.
And we tried to treat him for the allergy, or we've attempted anyhow. And listen, it could be all hokum pokum, but if we can get that right, well then perhaps we'll get a longer season out of him.
Good stuff. Do you have you more horses this year? Do you have the same level of horses or amount of horses, Edward?
Well, I think the way things are, I was lucky. I didn't go and build another string of stables, so I'm just about lucky enough to fill what I've got. We only have 70 stables, and I didn't sort of want to get any bigger. It's plenty for us to look after.
New owners coming to the yard, do you get the same owners every year, or do you advertise and welcome new owners to come up to your yard and say, how are you doing, Edward? I'd like to get a horse, here's my budget. Or do you fill your quota very easy every year?
Yeah, well, if we could, you know, we'd have a chair and a whip outside the gate hunting fellas in to become new owners, but it doesn't quite work like that. We have some very long-standing owners, and then there's always a few floaters who come and they go, and it just keeps us up to speed.
How, in the name of God, have you had so much success in Cheltenham? And don't tell me it's luck, because there's no other trainer in this world of national hunt who has had as many winners in Cheltenham. Why Cheltenham? How come? There was a period from 1979, I think, to 8. Was there 10 years there where you had a winner every year, which is unheard of?
I don't know. I suppose that together with myself, my owners like to go there, and we probably made a beeline for it a little bit before maybe a lot of other people. It wasn't quite such a big occasion corporately then as it is now.
As it is now, yeah.
I just always liked taking on the old enemy, and I was lucky enough to have some good horses, some good jockeys, and some good owners, and we were able to put it together, and they clicked.
Out of all those Cheltenham winners, Edward, does anyone stand out? I love it. It's great that when Irish lads and trainers send over the horse to raid the English races and take home that Sterling, even though Sterling's not as good as he used to be. But is there any horse that stands out of all those Cheltenham victories that you still relive in your mind?
Well, the great tragedy was, of course, that Golden Signet never made it back. I mean, when he won the novice hurdle that year, it was faster than the champion hurdle. Then when he ran in the Scottish champion hurdle, he had probably two of the greatest hurdlers of all time, Night Nurse and Sea Pigeon. He had them stone cold when he tripped over at the last.
Do you still remember them fondly, or do you miss them, or do you miss the character and the personality of these great horses that you've had in the yard?
I think it depends when you have them. I was very young when I had those horses, and I thought, like the number 6 bus, there'd be another one coming along, you know. And I didn't quite realise that, hello there, you're very lucky once in your life to have something like this. But I feel sure I will never again have a horse like him. But we have a lot of horses that are there or thereabouts, and I think they're going to be very, very good.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, what time do you get up in the morning, Edward?
I don't get up till 6:20.
And how many years are you getting up at 6:20?
Do you know something? That sort of 30 years ago, I didn't get up till about 8 o'clock. And now I'm getting up at sort of 6:20. Sort of the older you get, the harder you work.
Is it excitement that fills you every morning, or is it what makes
hard
it
bloody work and trying to keep the show on the road? That's what it is.
Especially in the dark, rainy days. But what is it inside the body? You've been training, and you've trained hundreds and hundreds of winners at the top level. Why are you still? What's the thing that still keeps it going?
Well, I think you have a great responsibility to yourself. You have a responsibility to all the owners you trained for. You have a responsibility to the staff. I mean, it's not unusual for a trainer to have maybe 20 or 30 people. So you're like a small industry, and it's important to support that small industry, and that small industry is important in the whole locality. And you know, everybody else, you see everybody else hopefully doing well, and you want to do well, and there's great competition there. Thank God there's room for us all.
Do you ever fear the start of a new season? It's looked like Manchester United this year started off, people start writing them off, or look, they're playing flat. Same in soccer. It's a high-powered industry, horse racing. So do you feel pressure on you at the start of every season to get the winners for the type of horses you have and the owners you have, or do you just get used to that pressure?
No, I think it depends on the team of horses you start off with. If you start off with some really nice horses from last season, then you're looking forward to the season because you think they're going to do better and better and better. But if you start off at the end of a poor season with horses that haven't achieved last year, they've underachieved and whatever, it's just not that easy. You know, you're really hoping that maybe some young horse that you don't realise is going to come through. And you're hoping that some star will come along somewhere, or you might have to go and buy one or something like that.
Now, over the years, we've had Paul Nolan and Dusty Sheehy and Jimmy Mangan. They've given us Connor Castle, and we've had Kill Devil Hill, and Dusty was here this morning. They've given us Quintana. I'm not asking for much here, Edward, but just look at those poor, sad, broken Celtic Tiger farmer faces out there that just need a few pound in their pocket, just need one horse to follow from your yard, that they might be able to follow, and that maybe it mightn't be the first time he runs, that they might be able to get 4 or 5 good wins out of him this season. Lads, get your pens and notebooks out now and write this down.
You mean apart from Hector?
Apart from O'Huckagon. Jeez, I'm going to have to come up and see your mum and meet this horse. Do you give him extra straw? Do you think he's mad in the head or any way, or about O'Huckagon, the horse?
We gelded him early. That was the first thing, actually. We made a particular thing of that, you see.
You what? You gelded him just like a bullock to a bull.
Very, very early we did that, yeah. And he's been very nice ever since. There's no doubt. Easy to talk to.
Do you find he's a bit loud, or is he a bit?
No.
Would he be nice and quiet?
We have him straightened out.
And do you have the radio on in the stable for him, or TG Cahar?
We have him under lights, and we have him under all these sort of things.
Do you give him an extra bit of straw?
Top treatment. He's not on straw. He's on shavings.
Is there a lovely girl minding him?
There is.
Don't tell me it's a guy called Philip.
No, it's a Brazilian.
It's a Brazilian girl.
Very nice guy.
Lovely.
Very nice guy.
Does he get an extra bit of food? Does he have an extra bit of oats?
Yeah, he always sneaks a bit extra to him.
Do you wash him down after he works?
Oh, loves him.
Oh, Lord.
Drag him up.
Is he a lovely looking animal?
He's very nice.
What colour is he?
He's a nice bay. He's not red.
No, Huckagon. Man, I'll tell you, I'll be there in front of the telly. I might even go to the racecourse the day he runs. Apart from Huckagon, the future star of your stable, just give us one more of the big guys, the big guns. Sky's the limit.
I think I'd have to stick with Sky's the limit at the moment.
Super horse.
He's looking very well this year, and please God, he'll go onwards and upwards.
He can bring you the whole way. Okay, now, Edwards, give a round of applause for Edward O'Grady.